Hi, thanks for joining me today to make minced beef in the pressure cooker. This is a very quick and easy recipe. This is a top tip that I wanted to share with you. I've got extra mince and I'm going to put it in the freezer, but instead of putting it in the packet, I've flattened it out, and this makes it save space for your freezer, and it also helps it to defrost quickly. So this is my pressure cooker. It's a tower pressure cooker and it's got lots of safety features, as you can see. And it helps you to cook under pressure, so meat and vegetable dishes can be cooked very quickly. So it uses this seal and it locks in the pressure and then cooks at a very high heat. So in the pan I've got 500 grams of minced beef. This is extra lean minced beef, 5% fat. Now the first thing you want to do is brown off your meat. So when people talk about browning mince, they don't mean browning it very much like you would if you were making a steak casserole. They just mean taking the pink colour out of it. So I'm just mixing it up, just letting it start to cook. And you just keep stirring it and mixing it until you come to a stage where you've not got any pink left and your mince has turned a brown colour. So as you can see, that's now browned, and I'm going to add in a stock cube. So I really like Bovril stock cubes. They give a nice rich meat flavour, and sometimes I use lamb even with beef mince because it makes it have a lovely lamb taste without all the fat of lamb. And if you don't have lamb in the house, it's a really easy way to make a lamb dish. So I've popped in the Bovril stock cube. You can dissolve this in water separately, but I just throw it in the pan and just break it up with my spoon into the liquid that's at the bottom of the pan. If you haven't tried Bovril, then I would recommend you do try it. Other beef stock cubes are nice, but Bovril gives it a really rich taste. Just stir that round. You're just mixing the flavour through your mince at this stage. I'm going to add in some ground black pepper. It's probably about a quarter teaspoon I've added in. Now, there's no need to add salt at this stage as the Bovril stock cube contains some salt, and so does the gravy granules that I'm going to add at the end. So as you can see, there is some liquid that's come out of the mince. But you do need a certain amount of liquid to cook in a pressure cooker, otherwise the pressure cooker can boil dry and your foods burn. So normally what's recommended is about half a cup of liquid. So I just popped in some more liquid and then I'm going to seal it up. So you match up the arrows and you click it into place. Now all pressure cookers are slightly different, but they do all work with the same principle, that once it's locked you can't open it while it's under pressure. So mine just presses down and turns, and as you can see it's locked. To open it you would slide the little knob up and pull it open. Now you won't be able to do that while it's under pressure. I just want to show you how that works. So you want to put your cooker at the highest heat that it goes to, just till it actually gains pressure inside. So as you can see I've got a little red knob that presses up on mine. So when it's gained pressure, the red knob pops up and you know that it's now cooking under pressure, at which point you turn it back down. Mine normally sits between 2 and 3. As you can see, there is some steam that's dribbled from the top. That's perfectly normal. You can just dry it up a little as you go along. So I've left that to cook for 15 minutes and I've let all the pressure out of it. So the red knob's gone down, and I'm just going to open that up and show you the mince inside. And as you can see, it's now cooked and you don't have too much liquid, which I prefer. You can add more liquid at that stage, but I don't like mince too watery, so I didn't want to add too much, so I can control it later on. So I'm just putting the heat back on a little. You have to put the heat off in order for the pressure to come out of your cooker. You can also run it under a cold tap, which I often do as well, but you just have to be careful when you're doing that. So now all the pressure's out of it, you've opened it up. I'm just going to add in some more hot water and add in my gravy granules. Now this is how I start all of the dishes that I use with minced beef. So it takes 15 minutes, which is much quicker than it would to cook in the conventional way. So I'm making minced beef with onions. I'm just adding in some frozen onion just for quickness. Now I find that frozen onion doesn't need to cook for a long time, so I just stir these onions in quite near the end. So I'm just stirring them in. Now if it was fresh onion, you'd want to cook it off for a wee while in your liquid before adding your gravy granules. But as I say, the frozen onion doesn't take too long. So a bit more liquid just to bring up a good consistency for your gravy. I'm just adding in some instant gravy granules. And just stirring it up, and that's it. That's your mince made. So 15 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes tops, including the time for it to gain pressure and making your gravy. So I really hope you've enjoyed the video and that you can subscribe to our channel. Thank you.